Key gang, we back with another video tonight. TikToker faces life in prison after this by Atozi. Here we go again with this TikToker pandemic, but let's get into the video.
This is Courtly Clenny, and she went from making $1.8 million a year to now facing life in prison. This is such a wild story, and it has so many twists and turns, but it all starts when the police were called to an apartment complex in April of 2022 in Miami. This is where the police found a very frantic Courtney, and they asked, what's going on? And this is what she said.
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything. And I want him, okay, the police, I want a restraining order against Christian himself.
I want to be exonerated of any wrongdoing sounds very off right away. And clearly, something was massively off, because just one day later, she ended the life of her boyfriend. Now, if it was intentional or in self-defense, that's up
Is this with that black guy?
for a jury to decide, but what we know is Courtney was a TikToker, Instagram, and OF model. And at the time, she was apparently living with this boyfriend in Miami. But then some argument broke out, and allegedly he was there without her permission. The police were then called, and this is what unfolded.
What you want to get to your
I'm not trying
want to get into your apartment?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, but you told me I was
Time out. Let me talk. Okay.
I feel very like,
What's your name? Courtney?
yes.
Okay, Courtney.
Why do you have something against me, man? Like, I'm just trying to, like,
What is anything We're trying to talk. So you just want to get back in your apartment. Unfortunately, he can't be here in the property.
that is totally fine.
Okay. So
He's been literally
then
sleeping in my
what
living
we're gonna
room
do
without
is
permission.
we're gonna do is we're gonna find him so he can leave the property and you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was
Why
gonna
she
get a
so like calm down? Damn, like she just so antsy. Like let them talk, like because they trying to figure out what's going on.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
Your turn.
Are you gonna listen?
We're listening. Go ahead.
Say something wrong.
Yes. Yes, they're all three here.
So the cops try to help with the problem, but then she gets upset because they're not listening to her. So when they finally are just quiet to listen to her, she then starts talking to what it seems like her dad on the phone. This interaction's about to get a whole lot more confusing, but first,
That's
when you're
weird.
injured, you deserve the best representation because,
It's an
hey,
ad,
your
isn't
serious
it?
injury could be worth millions of
Alright, let's
dollars.
skip
Insurance
this.
companies often look
Y'all go support though. You feel me?
But without further ado, let's continue the video because here's the full clip of what we saw earlier.
All right. So what do you want?
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian himself.
We don't issue those.
Because,
Those
no, I'm serious.
courts.
Can I do that?
You
Where
have to
can
go
I?
to court. You have to go to
Okay, well,
downtown.
how
or
can I make myself first? Because I know him and he would do it. How can I make myself first?
You gotta get there first.
75 Northwest First
Get the driver.
Before
175 Northwest.
Is he already on the way?
we have no idea. We don't even know how it looks like.
We don't even know who it is.
For real, like,
How do we know that?
no information.
So you question is, I need a restraining order against him.
So she wanted the cops to go get the
Drugs.
restraining order for her rather than go to the police station herself and get it done. She
Yeah.
also made it extremely clear that she wanted to be first with a little bit of a wild look in her eye. Now that could be just to control the narrative, but then she ends her boyfriend's life the very next day. And then the interesting thing about this
That's
case
weird.
is she wasn't arrested then. She wasn't arrested until 4 months later at a rehab in Hawaii. Because in a USA Today article, it states that
What
Clenny
the
told authorities she armed herself with a knife because Obum Selly pushed her and thrown her to the floor. She admitted to causing injuries but gave several inconsistent accounts about what happened. Police could not verify any injuries Clenny said that she sustained. According to the warrant, while certainly not one-sided,
cat.
the evidence shows there were prior incidents of Clenny being physically violent. The warrant reads, in trying to explain her actions that day to the police, Clenny stated, I do not think this was, I don't know, I really don't know if this was justified at all. Authorities concluded Clenny acted without justification in an immediately dangerous act demonstrating a depraved mind without regard for human life. Clenny's Miami defense lawyer, Frank Prieto, told the Miami Herald he was completely shocked to learn of the arrest. He said Clenny was in Hawaii for rehabilitation for substance abuse and post-traumatic stress disorder and maintains his client acted in self-defense and Obum Selly's death was justified. So, cooperating with the investigation.
I was right. Drugs.
and offered to voluntarily surrender her if she was charged. Prieto told the outlet, "We look forward to clearing her name in court." So with that in mind, she is currently facing life in prison, and with all the evidence coming forward of
Good
all
for
of her
her.
terrible behavior, that's going to be quite the uphill battle for them. Now, there's been multiple videos released of her hitting this same guy, and she's also been arrested for battery before against the same guy in Las Vegas.
What the
And then on
frick?
top of that, you have this video of her hitting the same guy in Aspen
black
while they were
guy.
on vacation.
Bruh.
And then there's
Bruh.
two more things that
I know this story.
came out of complete left field with this story. The first
Damn,
one being
she got arrested 4 months later after he died. Damn. 4 months of freedom after what you did. That is crazy.
parents were arrested for accessing the victim's laptop. And they also just released why, as Clenny's father, Kim, entered the couple's apartment to clear out his daughter's things, but he also took the victim's laptop. This laptop apparently had all the victim's information, including his iCloud, messages, photos, videos, and so on. And this laptop hadn't been taken by the police, so the court documents allege that he tried to get into the laptop before handing it over to the victim's family. And because of this, Courtney is now also facing computer crime charges. But the parents claim that this was a shared computer between her daughter and the victim. So who knows? Also, could it be a simple mistake? I don't know. But the parents, they claim that her daughter and the victim shared that laptop. That's why they did so. Then the story takes a laughably stupid turn, because apparently she approached an 18-year-old and asked him to walk her home. When the teenager agreed to walk her home, she ended up getting them to sit down on a bench. This is where she apparently tried to kiss him, and when he said no, she started freaking out at him, and then ended up screaming at him, saying she was going to burn his house down because she was simply rejected. The teenager was then understandably freaked out.
Now just imagine you did not kiss a girl. You start walking home and your house is on fire because you did not kiss that girl. Bro. Not that she slapped you or anything. Nah, my boy, your house is gone. That's crazy.
So he called his father. His father showed up pretty quickly, and this is where she starts smacking the father because the son called his father to show up and have his back. So clearly a lot of things were off here. And what makes this worse is this is after she ended the life of her boyfriend. Not before, after. But after she started smacking the father, both the son and the father just left, and I guess simply assumed this is just some insane, intoxicated woman. And in a recent update, another friend of the couple, she came out and stated, "Hey, I've seen the woman hit the man multiple times, but I've never seen the man hit the woman." And what's also new to the story is that Courtney's parents were recently interviewed by TMZ. And here they say if her daughter didn't do that, it would have been her funeral. So here's a clip of that.
Her funeral we were talking about, it would have been the other way around, for sure. I don't remember exactly how she said it, but she you know, just I knew that he'd been injured.
I was on the phone with my mom. It's right in there, like it's covered in blood. Because I was on the phone with her while I was trying to get.
I didn't know it was serious at all. I just knew that if he was injured at all, she needed to call 911, and she did.
Well, either way, it's in the hands of a jury right now. Overall, it is just an extremely depressing story, no matter how you look at it. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens from here on out. But as you've noticed from this video, I've been traveling a lot this week, hence why I filmed half the video in my friend's apartment in Seattle and the other half here in this Airbnb in Whistler, Canada. My thumb didn't really survive the trip, but
Anyways, y'all. I hope your thumb feels better. But anyways, y'all. Bruh. Keep her locked up. She is a drug addict. Apparently suffers from PTSD. Like we care. She's a murderer. She's a house burner. And she's a dad slapper. We cannot have that around here. So I'm glad that she got life in prison, because the heck is wrong with her? Anyways, that's my opinion. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.